We got 4 packs of the 6-inch frying empanada discos and 3 packs of the ground venison with pork, 2 packets of the fajita seasoning mix, 1 jar of salad olives with pimentos, 1 can of chipotle peppers with an adobo sauce, and 1 packet of the shredded pepper jack cheese. All right, so today we're going to be making some venison empanadas. They're really good. I'll show you how to do it here. So we start off with 3 packs of ground venison. It doesn't really matter, this has pork added to it, but you can do it with straight venison. But this one here does have some pork added to it. First you want to do is brown the venison. So I'm going to take these out, throw them in here and brown them a little bit. Maverick, you like Daddy's venison empanadas?
Yeah.
How good are they?
Great.
You do want to start this with thawed out meat. If it's frozen, it's going to be a bit trickier. So while your venison is browning, there's a couple things you could prep. You want to separate your empanada crusts so they thaw out a little bit so they're ready to go. And then what else we're going to be using is 2 packets of fajita mix, a whole jar of diced salad olives with pimentos, and then a whole can of your chipotle peppers and adobo sauce, and then a whole 8-ounce bag of pepper jack cheese. Alright, so with your olives, you're going to want to drain them before you add them later, so you can drain them. And you're also going to want to chop up your chipotle peppers. You want to mince them up pretty good. The best way I found to do this is just with a pair of scissors, because if you open this jar up and put it on a cutting board and cut it up that way, it's going to stain your cutting board and make a big mess. So just use a pair of clean kitchen scissors and you'll just chop it up that way. Alright, so you want to mince up your chipotle peppers. Like I was saying, the best way I found to do this is just with scissors right in the can. And you'll just keep snipping away. You want it pretty finely chopped before you add it later. So once this meat has browned, we're going to add the fajita mix and the chipotle peppers. The last thing we're going to add is the olives. Alright, so once your meat is browned, you can sprinkle in the fajita seasoning and mix that in there. You want to mix it pretty well in there. I like to add a pack, mix it, and then add the second pack. So at this point you might want to reduce your heat a little bit, and you'll add in your second pack, and then you'll put in your chipotle peppers with the adobo sauce. So if you see any big clumps of the peppers after you pour it out, you can still give them a couple snips with this kitchen scissors. Because you don't want any big chunks of this because it is pretty spicy. You want to mix it all in there. Once you get it all chopped up, you can go ahead and mix it in. Alright, then you could add your drained salad olives with the pimentos and mix that in there too. You might think that's a weird combination, but it goes pretty well together inside of the empanada crust. So at this point, you're pretty much done cooking it. So you could reduce the heat and just add your cheese, or turn the heat off actually, and the cheese will still melt. So you can sprinkle the cheese in there. Mix it in before we add the rest. Alright, you finish mixing the rest of that cheese in there. And once it's all mixed in there, you can just let it cool a little bit. And then you're ready to start filling the empanada crust. Yeah, so that's it for the filling. You're just gonna let that cool, and then we'll start filling the crusts. Alright, so once your discos have thawed, you want them pretty pliable. So don't do it when they're frozen, it won't end well. You want to take a nice large scoop of your filling and put it in the disco. And then you're going to fold it over to the one side. So you want to kind of get everything in the one spot. Push it down, and around the edge you're going to press down with your thumb around the whole outside edge.
Oh,
and then what you want to do, bud, is you're going to take your fork, right? And you're going to press down nice and firmly all along that whole edge. That'll keep it from opening. Just like that.
That's how they look like that always?
Yep. So you press them in. And that kind of seals them.
Oh.
And at that point, they're pretty much ready to fry. So you could put them on a cookie sheet or something, and then start doing the next ones. So you'll do that for all of them. It's a lot of work. You get some help. Like this guy here, he's going to help me out. Right, Mav?
Yeah.
All right, you want to do the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Show them how you could do it. So you're going to take a nice big scoop. You're going to put it in the middle. You're going to need a little bit more than that. That's probably plenty, maybe a little too much. You could take just a little bit out and put it back in the bowl. Here, let me help with the first one. We're going to get it all to the one side. Okay? Mm-hmm. And you're going to take this part, you're going to pull it to the front, and then you want to make sure when you go to press down along that whole edge with your thumb hard. Work that all the way around the edge. Alright. Now you're going to get that fork. And you're going to press down along the edge with the fork. Put your thumb closer to the edge so it goes down deeper. Okay? Good job, dude. Good job. Killing it. High five.
HDR.
Ready to fry.
Put them together.
Alright, so once your oil's hot enough, you can plop them in there. Let them fry till they're nice and crispy looking. And once they're cooked a little bit, you can flip them over. Let them cook a little more, and then they're ready to be taken out. Alright, so once they look cooked, you can take them out, lay them on some paper or paper towels, and then add the next batch. Alright, so that was the last batch here. So this recipe ended up making 30 of the empanada discos or whatever. So keep that in mind if you want to repeat the recipe. Hope you guys enjoy it. It's good stuff. Let me know what you think. Alright, so if you make a big batch like that, they're great to reheat. So you just put them in Ziplocs, or you can vacuum seal them. I suck the air out of these bags and throw them in the freezer. You can reheat them, throw them in the oven, and have them whenever. Let me know what you think.